Water looks a little choppy. Hey, what's up guys? Tony with Venturetube here. Going out on Lake Conroe and see if I can do a little bass fishing. Added another tool to my arsenal of kayak goodies. So it might come into play today. It's just a drift sock. Haven't used it yet, but if I do some bass fishing, I think today may be a great day. It's a little windy. Water isn't too bad, but it's a gorgeous day. It's a great day, always, for fishing. Let's go see what we can do. So let's do a little trolling. I actually missed a striper the other day. Actually, let me rephrase that. I landed a striper, a nice size striper, on my soft plastic swim bait that I use quite a lot for bass fishing, and I've caught a lot of different species of fish on it. But I was trolling and hooked up on this rod, on my spinning rod, and hooked up on a nice size hybrid, a 22.5 inch hybrid. Great fight. It was a lot of fun fighting it on this rod. And got it into the boat, landed it, and thought I was recording it, but my camera battery had already died and I didn't know it. Went to release the fish into the water with my fish grip. I had it clamped on. I was holding the fish with the fish grip and went to set it in the water, and it jerked and slipped out of my hand, and that fish is still swimming around Lake Conroe with my fish grip. So me and that fish will definitely be meeting again because I need my fish grip back. Anyway, that was the first time I ever trolled with a swim bait. And I got a new camera angle today, guys. I have this thing strapped to my head, and I'm going directly into the wind right now, so I don't know if my voice is coming in clear or the wind is just tearing up the microphone. One of the custom-made baits from one of my subscribers. I'm going to try trolling with you today. Matches that watercolor good, it really does. So generally, I try to make a long cast, and then I'm guessing around 80 feet is about where I want it behind the kayak when I'm trolling. Now, what I generally look for is that rod tip vibrating back and forth. I know that bait's swimming and it's free of any, grass or weeds or, a small stick or something that could get hung up on it where it's not going to be swimming and give it its action or its full action. You can tell. It's probably a good angle to show you the trolling motor. I'm going to put up my flag today. If you guys hadn't seen my do-it-yourself flag video, you ought to check it out. It ain't the prettiest thing, but it makes me visible and didn't cost me a dime. Alright, well, I don't want to miss a fish just because I run out of battery, so I'll tell you what. If I hook one here trolling, I'll cut the camera back on and we'll reel it in together. Alright guys, I just hooked up with something. Let's see what it is. Don't feel that big. It's just dangerous trolling two poles with a motor fighting a fish, just because of the fact it's a lot of different things to worry about. It'd be nice if it was a bass. Where's he at? Oh, looks like a catfish. Would you believe it? Not a bad sized cat. What was you doing so deep, Mr. Cat? Mr. Cooper, there's your video response. Thank you, sir, for the bait. That's my first fish on it. Wasn't the fish I was looking for, but hey, I'll take it. Thank you, sir. How about that? Catfish. Here's a tip for you guys. For those of you who have fish finders or depth finders on your kayak with GPS capabilities, you know, you can track your routes. So when you're trolling, if you're fishing in an unfamiliar area and you don't know where the fish are at, you know, flip your GPS on, let it track where you're going. That way when you land a fish, you'll know exactly where you landed that fish, where you got the bite. And you can use your GPS to keep trolling back and forth through that area and trying different baits and different depths and really zone in on exactly where the fish are. I've done that a lot catching bass, trolling, and it seems to work, especially when they're in deeper water. Once you find where they're at, then you can really zone in on them and try different approaches. One very, very, very important tool that is one of the cheapest is a marker buoy. Once you find those fish, this gives you a visual reference and is almost an essential part of your fishing gear. You must have one if you're going to be, you know, marking fish. Your GPS isn't 100% accurate. This is. And then the next challenge with a kayak is staying on that spot. So that's a whole nother video, but if you don't have one of these, pick you one up. Well, I got hung up trolling with that new bait that I was bragging about earlier that I got from one of my subscribers, and I just lost it. All right, just hooked up with something here. Hopefully it's a bass. I think it is. Not a bad bass. Oh, yeah. Good looking. Let's get some more. All right, we got another one here. I thought I got hung up. This guy absolutely hammered it. I don't know if it's a largemouth or a hybrid, but he hammered it. What do we got here? Nice little bass. I can get you in here, buddy. There you go. Oh yeah. Nice little largemouth. Good looking fish. Let you go, buddy. I figured I'll do a little tone umbrella trolling. Certainly windy enough for it. Actually moving along a little too fast. Oh, get out of here. Oh. Let's try Old Faithful real quick. There's Old Faithful. First cast. Oh, got off. Well, I lost the bait, so let's see if we can find one. Oh, look at the size of that thing. Big old grass carp right there in front of me. Let's see if I can cast over him and hook him. Might be a couple of them. Well, this will be a fun fight. Well, I'm sailing perpendicular to the wind direction. The wind's coming straight from this direction, and I'm heading straight toward the bank. So the umbrella is doing pretty good. I'm impressed. Well, guys, that's going to wrap up this episode of Venturetube. I hope you enjoyed it. We caught a few catfish, we caught a few bass. We didn't do too bad considering the conditions. I had a great time, and I hope you enjoyed watching as well. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. It always helps me out. And if you enjoy kayak fishing videos and outdoor adventures, there should be no reason you don't click that button. Thanks again for watching, guys. We'll see you next time on the next episode.